Rising with music is bringing. We're flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full. I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive. We're just listening. We're existing. We stay when the music plays. Let's stop below where the people sway.
A little bit of light, a little bit of gold. Under pressure, you start to fold like a diamond from gold. Maybe you are, maybe you are something I cannot define. Maybe you are, maybe you are the fallen kind. I leave them with violence, the silent side of me. We see where fire starts to breathe. When I would lay in silence, the voice inside of me made me use my mind right. Made me use my mind right.
We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's
on me and look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. Just silent bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. Just silent bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild, 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 wild.
Welcome to Challengers Cup again. I'm Ethan, as you can tell, back again, and this is my fellow caster today.
Other Ethan.
We are having a guest caster today, as the other caster is unfortunately unable to make it today.
I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
No problem, it's a pleasure to have you here. Hopefully we're going to have some high quality gameplay today as we had the past week, so a little bit of information for some of the people who don't know, as well as my fellow caster. This is now our 7th week, if I'm not mistaken, and today we're going to have a best 7 again between Duus and Wizzy. Duus right now are the undefeated champions of the whole tournament. They're the best team we had in the tournament so far. The only team which came close to them was Hammerhead in one game.
Ooh, that is a rough league to go up against for Wizzy here. We'll have to see whether the underdogs can pull through here. I haven't seen how close these games are. We are doing, of course, doubles, which has some very interesting quirks to it. Personally, I'm more of a fan of triples, but we get what we can give. But doubles, of course. A lot of things come down to these little 1v1 interactions. As one player plays aggressively, one player plays defensively. What player would you say is aggressive and defensive for both sides.
Ooh, okay. So from the side of Wizzy, so we start with Wizzy. Wizzy this time. We usually start with Duos. So let's start with Wizzy this time. So for Kizzy and Whisper, they've got an odd combination. Sometimes one is very aggressive, sometimes very passive. But we have noticed that both of them like to play the same style very systematically with each other. So it's usually they both go up together, which can lead to a lot of, like we've seen in the tournament, a lot of counter-attack opportunities when they manage to get the ball out and knock the balls over their head. However, whenever they do it and they do it well, they truly do attack as a unit, as a force. They sometimes have had a mismatch where they bumped into each other or had miscommunication, but overall they have been a very, very good side, which have pushed them to getting very good goals from the teams they've faced. Versus Duos, they struggle a little bit more, but they have scored quite a few goals versus Duos, especially in the last games we've seen, and they are performing at a better quality than they used to perform.
Fair enough. I mean, being the undefeated champions, it's only reasonable that you'd have some slight falters there, even just mentally. There are some mental challenges just knowing that you're going up against undefeated champions, but the underdogs here have to make something happen. I believe, as far as I understand the standings, if Duos win this week, they pretty much guaranteed win the league, and that is something that's got to be very scary for Wizzy. Like, there is no way that pressure is not weighing on them. But obviously, we will have to see when we get into game. Otherwise, there is, as we would like to remind you, going to be a prize pool for this event. Would you like to tell us something about that?
Okay, the prize pool.
I'm actually curious on this as well.
Thank you very much. My brain's not working today. My producers just helped me with that. So it's going to be £80 and sneak products for the winner. So this is quite a very, very good prize, I would say, especially from in our previous streams where we've showed some cans I've drunk on a Halloween special. If you know that one, go back and watch that. It's on my YouTube. Go check it out. I personally tried out the sneak can, so did my other fellow caster Jordan, and we both loved the can. All the crew loved it as well. So I personally recommend that. It is an amazing prize to come and play for, and for Duos and Wizzy, it is well worth the game time, and especially if Wizzy want to claim the prize and up their game for the prize, then they really need to put in the work here. If we switch to the question you asked originally about like how their position play, Duos have a very different play style. Atlas at the moment in the tournament has been like an iron wall. He's been very, very heavily defensive, very heavily around the defense, but can shoot, do shots, shoot goals, have loads of aerial tricks up his sleeve. But for most of the defensive play, it's down to Atlas to defend that. Isaac has chipped in now and again, but he's very much more of the showboat, flashy character who loves shooting, who loves going for goals and doing those aerial resets and those cheeky flicks, which Isaac, so in my opinion, Isaac's more of the offensive player in that matchup, where Atlas is more defensive, but they do superbly bounce off each other. Loads and loads of lovely team play they have together.
Yeah, ultimately, there will always be that dynamic. Isaac being the aggressive one, that's interesting to me. I don't remember. I doubt any of you recognize me, but I did do some Rocket League casting last year around this time. We were the B tournament, unfortunately now disbanded. And we originally introduced some fan favorites such as Hammer Saints, Turtles, and of course Callus. I don't remember if Atlas was there. I think he was though. And from the limited that I do remember about Atlas, he was usually, I mean, obviously we usually did trios.
Yeah.
And he was often a midfield player, if I remember correctly. Often just trying to set up other people. But that, you know, I mean, a lot of those skills really translate. You gotta be good at contesting the ball here. And ultimately, that is what is going to score you more points than anything, is just that iron wall defense and just being able to set up your partner for beautiful tricks. We'll have to see again when that comes into game. But ultimately, so ultimately, duos here, undefeated. Have Wizzy been defeated by anybody else then? What is their history in this tournament?
So Wizzy's had ever since they joined the tournament, they've had a struggle for some of the teams they've played versus. They have won some games. They have played very, very well, but overall they haven't done as well as duos. But as we are standing now, I think they are either second or third for the standings. If producers can correct me if I'm wrong or not. Wizzy position in the standings. Second. So they are second in position. And here we go, straight off kickoff for our first game. There'll be 2 games, then a 10-minute break. Then we're going in 2 more games. If there is only 4 games. If not, then we'll go for more.
Well, let's hope that there is more than 4 games as we go into our first game. Duos versus Wizzy. Duos in the blue here, Wizzy in the orange. And immediately off the back, you can see that Isaac is just going for going on the offense. And a beautiful little demolition there by Atlas.
We love our demos here. And Atlas, lovely slot, taking the ball, slotting it just past from Isaac's solo little venture there. Not because he slightly missed the ball, which allowed Atlas just an open window to slot the ball past. Very good goal for Dewis.
Yeah, that is one of the most important factors in a defensive player, is just that ability to recognize situations and know when to go in and when to not. Atlas trying to set up his partner there. Unfortunately, Isaac not quite hitting that ball.
I think slightly ran out of boost there.
Oh, nice little shot, but nice little defense. 1-0, but we're only 1 minute in. Anything could happen at this point.
Definitely so. Rocket League's one of those games you cannot, even the last 10 seconds of the game, you can see 4 goals scored in the last 10 seconds. It's one of those kind of games you can't predict anything. And we have noticed that Duos from the first games usually does play slightly slower, and Isaac there with a lovely another demo. We love the demos here. They're very interesting, especially with the tactical demos where they're going for a play. They destroy one to give them an open goal almost.
Yeah.
Like here we go.
But ultimately, we also like the disrespectful and Atlas with some beautiful little aerial control there. Just that beautiful little hop, just changing trajectory at the last second. And unfortunately, Wizzy not quite able to get back. I'm assuming LOL is Whisper. Yes, okay. As we have the third ball kickoff, and immediately Wizzy on the aggression here. Not quite able to get it.
Isaac on the offensive play here, going for a little fly, chipping it straight up to Atlas. How about Atlas
with a wall bounce!
With a lovely wall bounce. It looked like he completely whiffed the shot there, but he managed to predict the bounce perfectly, getting the bounce, smacking it back into the net. Very, very lovely goal.
This is the highest level of Rocket League right here. And this, I think, it looks like we're going to see a very prominent theme throughout this series of Wizzy trying to make the first move, just that iron wall defense from both of Duos, and just a beautiful response right there. Wizzy are really in control of the ball for a lot of the time, but Duos just knowing their openings and just being able to get it in here, as we see Isaac slightly flying past there. Looks like a demolition was tried, but no one got it. And And then coming up to halftime here, 3-0 in favor of Duos. Isaac trying to go in one more time, and he does get it.
This is the stuff I was talking about.
looks
What
like-
Isaac does. He
Yeah.
goes in these little solo flying adventures with
Just-
perfect precision and managed to get them out of nowhere.
Yeah, the double reset right there was very well played. 4-0, exactly halftime in favor of Duos.
Right now it's a masterclass by Duos. Don't count Wizzy out yet. They have got some tricks up their sleeve. We have seen them before come back. The first games are generally the hardest for the two teams because they're trying to warm up. They're trying to get preparations if they haven't done any practice or stuff like that beforehand. So usually the first games are usually either heavily one-sided or very little goals. And Atlas with a lovely bit of ball control there to manage to slow the ball almost to a dead stop. Confusing Not Kizzy, managing to knock a backpedal
my
and knock it
gosh.
slightly past him, and managing to bamboozle the Not Kizzy there for on the team of Wizzy, and making the scoreline 5-0 with 2 minutes 8 seconds left to spare.
Maybe a little bit of disrespect coming out here from Duos. I think it would have gone in either way, but just giving that little bit of hope is quite evil as we see Atlas here trying for his own things. Isaac coming in. Oh, unfortunate right there that Whisper was not quite able to get that.
I think that was a lovely bit of duo
yeah.
play there by Duos. Like Atlas perfectly playing it with as much boost he could to get it in the line of Isaac, and Isaac just there as the team player to finish the goal. Unfortunately, it was a slight miss by the team Wizzy to not defend that goal, but it happens. It's Rocket League.
Yeah.
There still is time left. There's still got 1 minute and 40, and we've seen goals go in very, very quickly in this game.
Yeah, first ball kickoff can be really brutal here as we head into 7th ball, 1 minute 30 remaining. And we have a little bit of play here. Atlas just beautifully dancing around the defenders as Isaac trying to go in, and he just gets it over the head of Whisper. Beautiful little bit of control right here. Just the kind of thing that I would never be able to do.
Yeah, honestly, I'm the same. If you put me on a different game, I'm more capable of doing stuff like this, more magical plays. But on Rocket League, no chance. I envy these people who can do stuff like that. And here we see a kickoff by Duos, which is a lovely bit of play here.
One of the only kickoffs Duos have actually had in this game. They've mostly given it up to Wizzy or it's just been contention. But we have 1 minute remaining and 7 balls to make this equal first shot on goal in quite a long time here. And we have Isaac going in for an aggressive play. He gets it past Atlas, bumping it into the air, trying to set himself up. Unfortunately, Whisper is there. Oh, and Kizzy trying to get that little goal there. Okay, we have Atlas trying to set up, but unfortunately nobody came, and we are just resetting to a neutral position here as we have a little scuffle over the ball. 25 seconds remaining.
Right now, I'd love to say Wizzy have a chance to come back into this game so far, but right now it looks like Duos are so dominant. They've got almost full control. It's always in it's Wizzy's half,
Yeah.
and even if it isn't, Duos managed to get it back in a matter of seconds and just control the ball and get it out. And the defensive player being on point. However, shock.
Ooh.
Lol there, who's also known as Whisper. This is Whisper,
Yeah.
by the way, using a different tag and different account. But
Says, I will not be whitewashed today, boys.
And Whisper with a lovely play there, showing that why he deserves to be in this tournament, why he deserves the position of still facing against Duos constantly, of showing that he does have tricks up his sleeve, like I've been saying through this tournament.
And we have a Rule 2 coming in here. Unfortunately, it does touch the ground. And that is the first game going to Duos. Atlas and Isaac taking the first game. Just incredibly well played by Duos there. I hadn't seen things come up so far, so I hadn't seen what happened. That was very impressive. Both players deserving of probably the highest rank in the game, if not GC, which is the second highest rank. Supersonic Legend being the highest rank. Just absolutely beautiful there. I think in terms of MVPs for both team, I'd say Isaac for Duos and Wisp for that one goal and just really good defense overall, doing his best. I'd say those were the two MVPs on each team, personally.
Yeah, I completely agree with you here. They were both teams played well in their own different aspects, but Duos right here showing dominance, showing why they should be here, showing why they should deserve the victory, and showing why they should have the grand prize at the end of it. Because of their play, their team coordination are all outstanding. And here we are going straight into the second game here. Kickoff straight away. Wizzy coming out slightly on top of the kickoff, but in a slight neutral position. Atlas going up for a little flying play. Hitting it towards Isaac. Isaac slightly missing it, causing it to go slightly dead. Not Kizzy picking up the ball here, dribbling it past. Isaac missing the ball, which is unfortunate for that. And not Kizzy dribbling it just past Atlas there, which is really uncommon. A lovely goal by Wizzy straight off the bat. Lovely bit of ball control. It looks like not Kizzy has become a completely different person there.
Yeah.
It looked like he was playing out his mind. Very lovely goal by Not Kizzy. But then again, it's been early seconds.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And oh my gosh. And Whisper immediately seeing an opening here as it just bounces off the top there. Just Wizzy showing huge signs of life in this game too. 2-0 to Wizzy in the first 20 seconds of this game. And already they're way more in control. But it's early days. And Dose have... I'm going to say that so wrong so many times.
Dewis.
Have control of the ball. And yet they just leave it in the air. And Whisper... Oh my goodness. Whisper just able to take that goal right there. What is happening? This is just a completely different game. 3-0 to Wizzy.
I don't understand. Duos aren't like this. What's going on? Atlas, Isaac, what is going on?
Oh
Lovely
my
play by
gosh.
Wizzy. Not counting anything, how they're performing it. They're amazing.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I've never seen Duos like this. It's like they've just forgot how to play.
And they flub the goal there as well. Oh my gosh. And Whisper with the aggression. Two people there to match him. And Isaac just... That was also just completely a whiff. What is going on right here? They are... Oh my gosh. Duos just not quite able to get control in this second game. Flipping the wrong way there. And just nice little bit of defense there from Kizzy. I am just shocked. Like,
There we go.
Finally, we have Isaac coming in.
There we go.
For
There's
the
the Duos we know and love.
There we go.
Right now, Duos are not playing to the top form. That is... You can look back at the other streams and other stuff on our YouTube channels and clips. They are nowhere near as bad as they are playing in this game. They are an amazing team, and that showed it in that lovely bit of play there. But right now, Wizzy are playing outstandingly after the first game, pushing Duos to limits, which is... It's hardly been done this tournament. It's only been done once. And right now, Wizzy's still in the lead with 3 minutes left to spare. I know it's quite a long time for Rocket League, but you don't know what could happen.
Yeah, it looks like there's some team coordination problems going on right now from Duos. Both players seem to want to take the aggression, and neither player is willing to be the setup for the other. With 3 minutes remaining, 2 points ahead for Wizzy. As we have control here in favor of Duos, and just a nice little bit. That's the Duos we saw in game one. Just a nice little bit of control, just willing to play that slow game. Just willing to gently tap it in where they need to. 2-3 in favor of Wizzy still, though.
Again, lovely little mind games by Atlas there. This is what we expect to see from Duos here. But still, the scoreline is 3-2 to Wizzy.
Well, never mind, it's 3-3.
Never mind, making it 3-3. Atlas going on a solo run, saying, what are we doing? Why are we in this position? Let's make it back to an even draw. Let's make it back to an even playing field. And let's make it back to our win and victory. I don't know what happened for the first 3 goals. It's like they kind of switched off. But now they're back to their form. They're back on track. I think they're just trying to make it a challenge for themselves, honestly. I think they're just letting those goals go in.
Maybe they were just listening to us and just wanted to hear us freak out. Oh my gosh, Wizzy with the perfect defense, just sending it straight towards the other side. 3-4. Wizzy once again being able to take back the lead. As you said, maybe just in that first game, they just weren't warmed up yet. Just very important things. Duos need a stronger showing here. They need more defined roles. Both sides are wanting to go for the offense here. Both sides wanting to go for the flashy plays. Neither side wanting to be the defense and the setup. And we are going in nearly 2 minutes left. But that is 2 years in Rocket League. Atlas with a beautiful little bit of defense there. Whisper just trying to keep this ball on the other side. Unfortunately, it does eventually give it to Duos as Atlas trying to go in here. Bounces it off the back for Isaac, sending it backwards. They do end up getting it. Atlas just with that little annoyed demolition here.
Isaac.
3-5.
Isaac. You're a better player than this. Honestly, for Duos right now, this is uncommon. It's unheard of. And right now, they're not playing like they're the team we know they are. Like, you saw them in the first game. They were outstanding. And now, right now, it's just looked like they've kind of lost it.
Oh, okay. Both teams showing signs of life, though. 1 minute, 40 seconds, and we do have a goal. A nice little... I think that was a triple reset there from Duos.
Isaac there with another lovely... As you can tell, our voice is starting to go already. We're
just shocked.
We are so shocked right now with what's going on. We did not expect this kind of outcome.
Are these the same two teams that we saw in the last game? Isaac trying to say yes, but the scoreline is still 5-5 with 1 minute 30 seconds remaining. Atlas with that beautiful little demolition there, tactical. I will say I do love the BM demolitions though. They're quite funny.
But honestly,
tactical is not as fun.
Yeah, true. But honestly, right now it's.
Oh my God. Yeah, you can see like they're both trying to go for the ball at the same time. Neither is willing to play the other side.
It's almost like a goal fest right now. Like it's not making sense. Like we've seen Atlas and Isaac's defense, especially in the first game. They were almost impenetrable. They only dropped 1 goal in that game, and right now they've dropped 5 and been behind the whole game. They've never been in front. With 55 seconds to spare. And Isaac managed to snag a goal right at the 53rd second of the game remaining. Knocking it just past Whisper there. And Kizzy not being able to get back fast enough to clear it out. Very well played by Duos. But still, this game is shocking. What is going on? Wizzy with a great kickoff, however, Isaac was there to stop it. Isaac with very little boost. Atlas did go get 100 boost, so he has got the boost advantage. However, a lovely playing by Whisper there to go for a defensive play. Isaac going for a defensive play there. Lovely block.
The little mind game's not working out here. Atlas is on an open goal here, and he does eventually get it. Oh.
With a bit of flair and dramatics. He didn't need to make it that. He didn't need to make it that complicated, but it was cool.
As he deserves, though. Let's be honest.
That's true. I'll give him that. He does deserve to do that. But after this game, this series can go either way right now.
Yeah, 7-5 in Duos' favor. It's definitely Duos in favor here. You know, even the games that they're kind of losing, they're only slightly behind. And Atlas trying to set up. Unfortunately, looks like Isaac wasn't there. We have 5 seconds on the clock until Rule 2 comes in. We have... Okay, and the ball touches the ground. Duos winning that game 7-5, though. incredible that they managed to get the same amount of goals, but 5 goals against them is absolutely terrifying.
It is insane of what we just saw that game. Honestly,
Are they the same teams?
I'm gonna say it here. After the first game, I was thinking the second game maybe a bit more challenge, but I didn't think Wizzy would come out scoring 3 goals before Duos even scored 1.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable of what happened in the first game and the second game. Duos
Yeah.
dragging it back at the end of it, but they seriously looked like they struggled this game. They almost started off weak. They almost thought of them overconfidence, and then it just went to nothing. They just shattered in pieces. They did manage to claw it back at the end, as we saw. That's where they took the game too. But it's one of those things which is, I'm not sure if you can say this well, but it's shocking.
Yeah, I mean, like, after narrowly avoiding being whitewashed in that first game, you know, Wizzy have just completely brought it back. There was just so much control there. And I think even Duos was kind of starting to be afraid there. You know, we saw some slight miscommunication. We saw some problems. They didn't seem in control as they were in that first game. They were genuinely, I think they were shook as well as us. Like,
I can't wait to see the next games, and I'm sure everyone at streams right now would love to see the next games. But
unfortunately.
But we are going for a 10-minute break right now, so if you want to see the games and see how extensive and exciting they're getting, especially for the last game, then stick around, and we'll be back shortly in 10 minutes.
Don't go anywhere.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant
Are real, but like
Welcome back. We're now back, ready back with energy for the last two games. I'm sure we're all excited, especially after the last game which happened. But I would like to say something quickly. I'm not sure what happened that game, but Duus, especially the early bit of it was mind numbing.
it was
We didn't know where it was going.
something was off there. Maybe one of them dropped their keyboard somehow.
Someone just threw the keyboard out the window and said, "I'll play just something else."
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're all controller players anyway, but there could definitely be a lot that goes on in this game. Just so much, with such a close scoreline in the last game, 7-5, especially with that strong scoring. I wonder if we're going to see a similar thing with, immediately a few goals out of the gate from Wizzy, and then Duus just trying to bring it back, and eventually we'll have to see whether they can. As we wait for our game to, I believe, load.
But honestly, after the last two games, Duus almost a complete whitewash in the first game. But the second game, it was so close, especially up to the
So
wire.
close, yeah.
Within the last 40 seconds, I think that's when Dewey scored their last 2 goals.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel real. It
Yeah.
felt like Wizzy had some new form of life scoring those goals. And especially the first 3 goals on Dewis. That is the first ever team to score 3 goals consecutively against Dewis without conceding a goal. Without conceding a
First
goal.
hat trick ever. That is
I think it's the first
that
time.
is impressive.
I think
Like,
it's the first time Dewis has ever conceded 3 goals.
and yet,
Ever. And then
yet-
conceded 2 more straight after.
yeah, and yet, despite that, they still brought it back to that 7 goals. Very consistent with that 7 goals, I will say.
They love that 7 number. 7 demos, 7 assists, 7 saves.
Oh my gosh, no.
7. Here we go, straight into the next game. Kickoff. Going in Dewey's favour this time. I don't think they're going to give Wizzy that much breathing room in this game. I think they're going to play more seriously. But not Kizzy. There with a great clearance there. However, Atlas straight back on the ball. Isaac with a lovely knock. However, Whisper gets there just in time to save the ball straight off the line.
Barely even saw them there. But now we have another one coming in from Isaac. Another potential goal. Atlas, and he ends up slightly miscontrolling it. Atlas ends up scooping it up. Isaac going off the back wall, trying to set up Atlas. Atlas not there though. As the ball returns to center field. Isaac trying to go for this goal now. And he gets it past 1, but unfortunately not both.
Whisper with another great save again. Whisper is right now on form.
The double bounce right there. And a minute in and no goals have been scored. Oh,
and
exactly on the minute. Just to make me wrong. Whisper coming in there beautifully.
Isaac trying to move it away from Whisper's line there. However, unfortunately, putting it at the right angle to go straight into the back of the net.
Perfectly.
Very unfortunate for Duos there. But
And Wizzy, once again, taking the first goal in these games. Like, Duos, oh my gosh, Duos though.
Duos aren't having it this game.
Immediately.
Duos are not having this game. They're not having a repeat. Like, immediately back at them, scoring a goal straight back. A lovely duo play from Atlas and Isaac there. The combination of them both, the chemistry is coming back. A bit of mistakes already from the side of Duos, but right now, it can go either way, especially after the last game. It is so up in the air right now. But Duos are in the offensive again. Isaac playing it through the middle of the pitch. Atlas retrieving the ball away from both of the Team Wizzy players. Going for a little dink off the ball. However, unfortunately, slightly misplayed it. Wizzy now on the counter-attack. Isaac there to try and clear out the ball and knock it back into midfield.
Kizzy,
Lovely play for Isaac there. Knocking it away from him.
Oh! And Isaac finally gets that goal off the rebound there. Beautiful setup by Atlas there. Beautifully bouncing it just down. And unfortunately, Whisper was inside the goal. And assuming that Atlas was probably going to go for the goal himself. And we go into the third ball kickoff. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. And immediately Duos just once again in control of the ball. Not quite getting the goals as quickly as that first game. But slowly rolling towards there. Thankfully, Wizzy do get it. And they are once again on the offensive. Unfortunately, Whisper just not quite there in time. Isaac getting it off the back wall. Whisper going in for it. The goals this game have been slower from the side of Duos, but they still maintain that iron fist advantage. Just completely. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised that didn't go in.
Not Kizzy almost scoring an own goal. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I would say great defending, but that was close.
Man almost pulled the callus.
Atlas
Oh
now
my
on a
gosh.
little solo adventure here. Knocking it past 1. Trying to ship it past Whisper, but Whisper predicting it. Kizzy knocking it back out the net. Isaac there with a defensive play, trying to keep it in their own half. Isaac
There's
now
no defense here.
Isaac now alone. Whisper has now just got back in time. Atlas is nowhere to be seen. I think he was trying to go get boost or something like that. I think he was just trying to recover. But Isaac now on another play here, knocking it straight back into midfield. Isaac going for a flying one. Missed the reset. However, Whisper and Kizzy misplaced the ball, so Isaac couldn't get another touch on it. Atlas with the dink straight off the top of the net, top of the pitch, knocking it straight down. But unfortunately, that was nice defending by Whisper and Kizzy there. But Isaac going another solo adventure, and Isaac another lovely aerial play. Shows whether the aerial master of this tournament of knocking it past one and literally just dinking it over Kizzy's head, and Kizzy cannot react in time with little to no boost, it looked like.
Beautiful little aerial play right there. We'll have to see whether we can get more than 1 goal per minute average as we head into the 5th ball kickoff. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining. This could go either way.
Isaac going for a bit of flying.
Very quick goals. We have full boost from Isaac here. He's just trying to clear it though. Kizzy, unfortunately, having nothing. Nobody really contesting the ball right now. As we have some attempted defense coming out here from Kizzy. And it looks like he's trying to pass it to Whisper. But Whisper nearly getting an own goal there.
What is with this game?
Some interesting plays, some very near own goals from Wizzy's side as we have 50 seconds remaining on the clock. Atlas trying to get it in, gets past one. Oh,
Whisper with another lovely...
Beautiful
Whisper
save.
right now, even though they've conceded 3 goals, Whisper has been on form this game. He's been defending after defending after defending, and not Kizzy pulling his weight as well. However, unfortunately, some misplays which almost cost own goals, but they have recovered from them. But right now, Atlas and Isaac proving why they are a dominant force right now in this game. Bouncing it straight off the wall, knocking it straight into the path of Isaac, and Isaac just burying it. Making the scoreline now 4-1 in the favour of Dewus with 29 seconds left to spare.
Yeah, Isaac finally taking the initiative there. Just finally realizing that there is a free goal if he can get it. And we only have 20 seconds remaining on the clock. This is looking all but over. This game is looking all but over for Wizzy, but Atlas once more. Dewus once more. They want bloodshed. They want to prove they are the best in this tournament. And they only have 5 seconds to make it 5-1. Kizzy with the demolition. And it looks like we are going into a Rule 2 here. Just trying to keep it in the air. Oh!
Just off the crossbar, down to the line of the goal. Unfortunate there for Wizzy not getting the last goal of the game, but great play by Dewis there. I would say it's been so tight this game. It's been unbelievable these last 2 games.
A little bit of a return to form as well for Dewus. You know, that first game was very dominant. That second game looked very shaky. But that third game, just beautiful, ironclad fist. A couple of mistakes from Wizzy. Definitely needs to be, brought up. It definitely needs to be fixed.
A couple of almost own goals.
Almost pulled the Callows. That was the joke back on the TP tournament. Because not only did he own goal, I think at least twice, but he also just failed easy saves. And he did the most insane stuff, but it was just the easy stuff. He just completely messed it up. But anyway.
For those who don't get the joke, this was back when my fellow caster Ethan was streaming his Rocket League games, and Callus was the running joke of being the own goal merchant as such, and Wizzy almost pulling out the same stops this game. So we should be shortly going to a last game for Dewis if they win. The last game, if Dewis win this, is the last game. But I do think Wizzy have it in the bag to come back and win it, especially what they've shown in the games. They just need to work on their problems. Here we see a kickoff straight from Whisper. Atlas with a nice defending across the goal. Going for a little solo fly here. Not Kizzy. Knocking it past, not Kizzy.
Oh, beautiful play right there from Atlas. Atlas saying, I want this to be the last game in the entire tournament. Just beautifully managing to get it over Kizzy there. Absolutely beautiful. 10 seconds in, it's 1-0. And are we going to see another 7-1? We'll have to see. Potentially even worse. Atlas, what is Atlas really showing up for this last game. Holy.
Atlan is playing like a man possessed right now. He is on fire this game. He is not leaving the stops at all. He's going, I'm scoring every single goal. I'm going to make the scoreline 10-0 for myself and score
Man's-
everything.
Man said, this is my game. This is not close. 2-0, 20 seconds in now. We'll have to see if Wizzy can bring this back. It is currently on the defending side for Duos. And a beautiful little shot there, but oh!
Double save. Atlas then Isaac straight after. Keeping it out their net. Lovely shot by Wizzy, but amazing defending by Duos there. Now Duos are on the
Barely off the
offensive. Isaac knocking it past one. Knocking it past two. But Whisper
Oh.
gets there just in time. Atlas still
Another
not letting
post.
Atlas still not letting them rest. Not because he's getting it slightly out. Isaac now going for another shot. Going for little mind games. And Whisper there with another amazing save. Atlas trying to go again. They're not letting up. But Whisper there to try and clear it again. Isaac back at it.
Oh, so many posters this game. And we have, but still, Duo's just completely in control right now. Isaac trying to set up, but he has no boost. Whisper has the boost here. Looks like he's going to try and fight the Atlas, and he just ends up giving up the ball. Looks like he's going for the boost. We'll have to see if Isaac can capitalize on this.
Oh
He does
my
get it
God!
past with that beautiful little bicycle kick right there. Oh my gosh. 3-0. 1 goal every 30 seconds on average.
What was
This
that,
is-
Isaac? You're playing with your food.
This is the Duos that we expected to see today. And this is Rocket League right here at the highest of levels as Isaac goes in for another one. Oh my gosh. Isaac, stop. They're already dead. You've already won. What is this?
This game is insane right now. Duo's just showing up out of nowhere after the last 2 games being quite close, and Duo's just showing no stops and going at them like they're possessed. They want to win. They have the need. They have the greed. They don't care anymore. They're going for the most goals possible in this tournament right now. Atlas going for a long shot. Unfortunately, hitting the crossbar. Whisper there to try and get rid of the ball. Not Kizzy there to support him. However, Atlas there for another defensive block. Isaac following up. He does have the boost advantage. Going for a little aerial play here, knocking it off the back post, but can't get much on it. With another lovely defensive play by Wizzy there. Not Kizzy going on a play himself here.
Oh!
Chipping it just past Atlas. Atlas saving the first one. But unfortunately, another tap from Not Kizzy got it straight past Atlas and into the back of the net. Unfortunate by Atlas there, but lovely play by Not Kizzy.
Kizzy has stopped the bleeding. 4-1. No whitewashes today.
They put a trauma patch on the wound, but the wound's still there.
Still, though, this is an uphill battle. 2:45 on the clock. And just completely, Duos just completely in control here. They have to make up 3 goals to push this potentially even to an overtime. And that's without conceding any goals. And Atlas is trying to make this be. Oh my gosh, that nice little bicycle kick right there. He gets past one defender. And can he mind game the second one? He cannot quite. Just trying to say that you will need to get more than 3 goals here. Unfortunately, though, the defense is starting to come in from Wizzy here. And both of them are just there. Isaac getting the demolition here, so there's nobody to follow up here. Kizzy trying to block. He does get it. Atlas potentially trying to set up here. Oh, and it does go over to Duos' side, but there's no one here to help. The pressure that Duos is putting on here just means that Wizzy can't really leave their own side. Atlas barely getting to that ball in time. And he is going to go for his own play. Kizzy is there. He does get it past. Whisper not quite in the right position, unfortunately. Probably didn't expect the ball to go that way. 1 minute, 20 seconds on the clock. Same scoreline as last game. We'll see if anything changes in the last minute and 15 seconds.
At the moment, I'm almost speechless at what's going on. Duos playing like they're possessed. They're going for more. But Wizzy have turned up in the last 2 minutes of this game, scoring a goal. I think that was 2.5 minutes ago. But now playing like they're life defending it, defending like they're meaning something. They're going for a place, but Duo's defense as well is unreal right now. Again, like you see again, Wizzy on their attacking, but Duo's defense holding strong. Atlas going on flying to try and get it out their danger zone, try and get it out the box, trying to chip it over Whisper. Whisper was there to try and recover it. Not Kizzy sitting there blocking it. Atlas is there. However, Whisper was there to take the ball away. Can't really get the angle on it. Centers it. Cannot Kizzy get there. Atlas is the first. Isaac is the first person to get there, followed by Atlas close behind, getting it back in the danger zone of Wizzy.
We have 10 seconds remaining on the clock. It's right in front of Wizzy's goal. They managed to clear it, but can they really do that much in 5 seconds? Duo's trying to say this is going to be 5-1. We do not like the number 4. Rule 2 is now in effect. Oh, but unfortunately, Wizzy drops it, and that will be the last game of this best of 7 series between Duos and Wizzy. Duos taking it in a 4-0 with mostly dominant games. I mean, there was a little bit of shakiness in that second game and even that third game, but like the first and fourth were just completely and total annihilation, barely managing to get a goal on the side of Wizzy.
I have huge respect for Wizzy and how much courage and passion they put into it. But right now, Duos are flat out the strongest team we have. They have proven it time and time and again. Even when in one of the early tournaments we did, where Hammerhead knocked out Duos and Duos went to the loser bracket, but they fought their way back up back into the winners bracket and won that same series again. And it's proving right now that Duos are on top. They are there to perform. They are there to win. And it's just proving it time and time again, especially those first and last game. They were on fire. And let's just hand it here and go man of the match for every single game, from first game to the last game, between Duos, one from Duos and one from Wizzy. Who would you say is the man of the match for game 1 for Duos' side?
I'd say Duos. I think it has to be Atlas for the most part. Just that incredible defense, having moments of his own. Like, Isaac definitely had his moments. He definitely had his fancy plays. But Atlas just being able to beautifully set up and beautifully play that defense, you know, it takes a lot. And you don't really find many people who are willing to play this honestly very thankless task. But Atlas has shown up, and he is just an ironclad fist right there. Overall, for the series, I'd say on the side of Wizzy, I'd say Whisper. Whisper had a lot of really strong... I believe Whisper scored most of the goals. He also had some really strong defense moments. But ultimately, yeah, he really just, you know, at any point in the game, he really made it look like they potentially had a chance. Not to say that Kizzy didn't have his moments. Kizzy did amazingly as well. But I think that Whisper just had that little bit of an edge, you know? I think just being able to play in some of those 2v1 situations, and you can't really blame him for the goals that he lost, you know? Isaac and Atlas are just amazing players. Would you agree with my analysis?
I completely agree, honestly. The only tidbit I have is in game 3, I would say Isaac had MVP over Atlas, but otherwise, for overall, Atlas deserves the MVP for this series today. Honestly, he has played outstandingly for the whole tournament. And like you said, that thankless task of always setting up, always having the centre balls, always getting it to Isaac when needed. However, still having that solo plays they can do. Again, give props to, especially in that last game, of Isaac's lovely chip of the bicycle kick, turtling to get it over the opposition. That was an amazing play, but still, my props go to Atlas for Duos. And again, like you said, Whisper trying to hold the team together, it looked like on most of the occasions, especially a lot of the defensive. Not saying not because he didn't play well. that he played outstandingly too, getting goals left, right, and centre, especially in the second and third game. The last game and the first game were a bit more Dewis heavy sided because the Dewis defense were on point. But for the second and third game, not because he's bringing his weight, but Whisper almost proving why he was the main man you need to watch for the side of Wizzy.
Indeed. Just beautiful play to both teams. Well done to both teams.
And congratulations to Dewis for the victory today. They truly did deserve it.
Yes. And thank you for both playing. I think it definitely, it definitely takes some courage to be the underdogs and still show up. So definitely thank you to Wizzy for that.
And Dewis, as always, thank you for turning up. Thank you for playing outstandingly. Thank you for entertaining us.
They really turned up today.
They really turned up. I'm not sure what happened in the second and third game, especially the second game.
Maybe
we might want to have a chat after this.
Maybe a little bit of sandbagging.
But otherwise, Dewis has played outstandingly all the way through. Wizzy as well have kept turning up, kept playing outstandingly. They have got closer throughout the weeks, especially in those second and third games. They have proved that they can do it. They just need to try and hold that lead. But right now, I think me and you need to have a rest for our voices, and we will be back with next stream. Next stream, we will have a slightly different change of setting. We won't be where we're sitting right now, and this is the only time I think you're going to see this guest caster with myself here. It's a pleasure to have you here. Pleasure to have you part of our tournament, part of our organization right now. And it's an honor to have you cast me, and it was a great privilege. Thank you very much for joining me.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure to be a part of such a historic moment. Ultimately, if I do return, it probably means something has gone wrong. But ultimately, I'm happy to return if it ever comes to it. So, or if, I guess technically I can't come back through audience demand, but
we can try it. If you like Ethan, just ask, and we can try and get it done.
We got the dual Ethans here.
We can try. We can get the dual Ethan set up.
I'm sure we could get something.
Very true.
Thank you for having me. It was great to be a part of a historic moment and to see such amazing gameplay. I hope in the future maybe I can also cast some triples if we ever get it. But we'll have to see. Ultimately, it's about the tournament. I do believe, given that Dewis can no longer lose the league, I believe, the next few weeks will ultimately be a little bit more for fun.
I think
have some fun.
I think this games were more of the point of solidifying positions. I think right now, Dewis are that far ahead, they cannot be caught, especially after this game's win.
Yeah.
However, right now it's for the other teams, especially Wizzy, try and solidify their positions in the polls and maybe use that as their advantages for the next tournaments if they play in more tournaments coming up, of showing how good they are and showing where they should be in tournaments and giving them the confidence boost to face teams like Dewis again. Because Dewis right now are outstanding. But enough talking from us. We're talking your ears off. Thank you ever so much for joining us on this stream. You can see our links and stuff like that on the thanks for watching page and other stuff. Please check us out. We're on Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter if you don't call it X, but it's X now.
It's Twitter.
I'm trying to be politically correct here. But thank you ever so much for joining us and watching. Please stick around. Please watch us, follow us. If you want any updates or want to be part of this competition, then message us in Discord. Reach out to us in Discord. Our Discord link will also be on our social medias as well. So you're more than welcome to come up and talk to one of us and try and get, as long as you have your partners, or if you don't have a partner and you want to play, we can try and organise something for you. But everyone is more than welcome to join. But that is enough for myself and Ethan here.
Yes.
And that is us signing out for today. But we will be back next week with another stream. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please stick around ready for our next stream.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.